then your induction stove, etc., and also for pumping motor, etc. Most of the residential loads occurs only for some hours during the daytime. Like refrigerators is of like we are operating for like 24 by 7 into 24 by 365 days. But if you take like another other loads, it depends on time dependent and climatic condition dependent. And majority what we are doing is we are just going to on our lights and all after like 6 o'clock only, 6 p.m. Sometimes in the morning hours. But if you take like majority of the times we are going for evening hours only. Then ceiling fans and all during the day hours and as well as the night hours. It depends on the climatic condition. Then like air conditioner also, in the day hours and sometimes in the night hours. Then water heaters most probably will try to utilize in the morning hours or in the evening hours, like that. The televisions from the morning peak time, some up to 9 o'clock, 9 a.m. or 10 a.m. After that, then like in between time, 11 o'clock to 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock. So after that, again 6 o'clock to 10 o'clock, like that. Some so that will be the some always it might be happening like that. Then pumping like water in our homes, most of us will use at the night hours only. Night hours, after 9 o'clock, they will on for 1 hour, 9 to 10, or in the early morning hours, from the 5 o'clock to 6 o'clock. So whenever the water is coming, in that time only we are going to utilize this pumping water. Then the most of the residential loads only occurs for some hours. Some hours. Example, lighting loads occurs during the night time, and domestic appliances load occurs for only few hours. For this reason only, the load factor is somewhat low. So if you take like a domestic load, the load factor of that particular our domestic load might be of around 10 percentage to like 12 percentage, like that. The load factor is happened. And next, coming to the commercial load, when we'll on. So commercial load consists of lighting for shops, fans, electrical appliances used in the restaurants, etc. So this commercial load, if you take like there are some types of commercial loads. Okay, type 1, type 2, type 3, like that. Depends on the usage they will give for like a restaurants, then like small scale industries fall under one category, then shops and all falling under another category, like that it may vary. So commercial load consists of lighting for shops, fans, electrical appliances used in restaurants. This class of load occurs for more hours during the daytime. So mostly this type of commercial tariff utilized in the daytime only. The day during the daytime, like after 9 o'clock. That is 9 o'clock to evening 8 o'clock. Most probably, this commercial load will be on for this hours only, morning 9 a.m. to evening 9 a.m. So like 12 hours. So in between some gaps are also there. In between 1 hour lunch break is there, like that. If you take like small scale industries, they may start at 9 o'clock in the morning. They may end at 8 o'clock. Most probably 8 o'clock. So like shops and all, uh, even though like from morning itself they are opening, but slowly they may utilizing in the like day hours only. After 10 o'clock only they may utilize the most of the appliances. Then restaurants, like meanwhile, it depends on the like hours, like morning 9 o'clock to evening 10 o'clock, night 10 o'clock. Like that, the restaurants also it is operating. Then commercial load as seasonal variation due to extensive use in air conditioners and space heaters, etc. So some of the software companies, IT companies, if you take, so they they may go for like fully air conditioner. Okay, fully air conditioner. In that scenario, they might be using for daytime alone. Daytime alone, like morning 9 o'clock to evening 8 o'clock, like that. That day hours alone. So they are going for centralized AC system, centralized AC system, not like our home. So always it might be on. Like morning, if they start at 9 o'clock now, they may it may end at evening 8 o'clock. In between, they may offer half an hour or 1 hour like that. But even though that like summer season, if you take like it may be running for more than 12 hours. Then shift wise also they may running. So in a 24 hours, 23 hours at least they may run the air conditioners, then space heaters, etc. Then if you take like restaurants also, restaurants also, in some restaurants centralized AC will be there. Morning 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock if they start, or 12 o'clock if they start now, up to 9 10 p.m. They may end. So like that, the load may be varying for the commercial load. So small scale industries, like those are running like a small industries with some very few employees, 4 or 5 employees or 10 employees maximum. They may be working. So they may have some time. They may have some time from morning 9 o'clock to 8 o'clock. Like that only they may on. So even if you take like a welding workshops, small welding workshops and all that. So in that welding workshops, how they will do now? They will run their welding machines only in this hours only. This hours only, and also peak hours after 7 o'clock, they may not run also sometimes, because power factor will be reducing like anything. So power for maintaining that power factor, and some industries like a small scale industries also, they may go for the power factor tariff also. But usually industrial loads only they are going for the power factor. Industrial loads only power factor. But sometimes they may visit also. They may they may visit from electricity board. So if you are running after 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock also, 7 o'clock also, they may visit to that small scale industries. Not only welding workshop, some lathe machine workshop, like that they may visit, and they may fine also sometimes. So they will try to wind up their work up to like 7 o'clock, like that. Then if you take like industry load consists of load demand, supplied by the utilized by the industries. So the magnitude of the industrial loads depends on the types of the industry. The types of industry depends on the types of industry. This load might be varying. So some industries may run at, only for like two shifts, 18 hours only they may work. 16 hours only they may work. Some industries 24-hour shift they may work. Some industries only 10 hours only they may work. So software industries and all if you take, so only 10 hours, 12 hours only work. And some other software companies they may work for 24-hour shift. Some other core industries it may work up to like morning like 10 hours, 12 hours only it may work. Then like that it may be vary magnitude of industries. So some major industries, if they go for for food food manufacturing, so masala companies, then like that many companies are there, huh? So that kind of companies, they may work for 24 hours in a shift. In a 24-hour shift, they may work for. So yes, the industrial loads, as I said, like that, based on the demand, they have to run the machines, all the machineries. So machineries, they may generally they won't run in the peak hours. Even in domestic peak hours might be of 7 o'clock to 9 o'clock. They may not run in that hours. In that hours, they may go for cleaning or packaging. Small machines only they may run. So major machines they won't run. Uh, Next, thus small scale industries requires load up to 25 kilowatt. 25 kilowatt. So in this commercial tariff also, so this small scale commercial tariff also, small scale industries are coming. So that small scale industries are the employees might be of only 5 employees to 10 employees. So if you take like in the industrial small scale industries, then this small scale industries, they may run up to they may have employees up to 50 employees, 30 to 50 employees. Then medium scale industries around 100 employees or 150 200 employees. Larger scale industries, in one shift itself, some for 500 people, or okay, 500 to 1000 people will be entering into the one shift. Okay, so there may be of series of divisions may be there. Okay, so one is production, one is packaging, one is logistics, one is testing, one is R&D, like that. The employees might be of very more, 500 employees, 1000 employees. Textile industries, if you take textile industries, so textile industries, as I said, like 500 employees may be entering into a shift, in a 8-hour shift. 500 to 1000 employees. It depends on the production, their production. 500 to 1000 employees will be entering, and they may be working in a shifts. Like up to 500 kilowatt. Then industrial loads are generally not weather dependent. It is not weather dependent. Generally, they may run for 24 hours. In a 24 hours, they may run their all their machineries for 18 to 20 hours. They may run their machines. 4 hours, 5 hours might be the break for the machines. That too in the peak hours, they are not. And also in the night time they will run. Night time they may run, because for maintaining the load factor, for maintaining the load and power factor, night time they may run, because in the night time as I said, if the load is low, also, if the generation is high, generation is somewhat constant, the load is low. So that we'll see in the next topic. The generation is low when the load is sorry, when the generation is like moderate, the load is very low, then power factor also will be coming down. In that scenario, so if a major like most of the industries in night time they may run, night time they may allowed to run. Generation also they may do. And also night time, the domestic load might be of very less. So in that scenario, if they run the machineries, then power factor also will be coming to like normal, zero point 0.9, like that it may come. So like a majority of the industries, they may go for night shift, like large scale industries, night shift, they may simply run they all the loads also, they may run, all the machineries also they may run. Coming to the municipal loads, municipal loads consist of your street lighting. So whereas nearby you are finding now, so that street lighting, if you see, like, so some in some like lines, one two lines, if you see the poles, uh, uh, today you go outside of the street and see the poles. If you see, like, three lines, three phase line will be there, and one neutral line also coming, and one more line also there. Okay, so three phase and one more line also will be coming. So one more line, and that neutral they may utilize. So what they will do is that one line only they may connect to that particular lamp, that is street lights. Street lights, LED lights is there. Nowadays most of the lights are replaced to LED lights. Only in few places you'll be finding your tube lights. Like 80 to 90 percentage of the lights are of this one only, LED lights only. So in that scenario, this LED lights only. So in that scenario, what they may use is they may go for that one line will be there. So like a lineman will come and switch on lineman or your municipal employees or your corporation employees will come and switch on that okay switches will be there at some places. Okay, near to your distribution transformer, some switches will be there. So they will, if they on that switch alone, so entire street light might be getting on entire. So in that area, one area will be there na. So in that area, like 100 street lights or 200 street lights will be connected to that one switch itself. Okay, they may not go for like multiple switches at frequent. So like one or two switches may be there. So in that, if they on that switch alone, that whole area, that street lights will gets on. Okay, so if you see the poles, one line only running towards all the throughout that area. So that one line alone connected with the street, especially for street lighting alone. Okay, so they may not be go for like three phase lines. So sometimes if they in some areas, what they will do is they may utilize this three lines from one phase they may connect, and one neutral they may connect to that particular lights, and they will charge because they know how many hours that street light will run from evening 6 o'clock to morning 6 o'clock. So 12 hours 12 hours are evening 6 o'clock to 5 o'clock. So 11 hours like that, they know. So 11 hours. So how many LED lights are there? Yeah, how many street lights are there? So 100 street lights. So like that tariff they have to pay to that electricity board. Like that also that, or in some areas one separate phase will be running throughout that ports. Okay, so that with one phase and one that common neutral, they may connect to that particular line. So especially 1 meter will be there, that with that reading they may pay to the electricity boards monthly or yearly, like that they may pay to the electricity boards, like municipality or corporation have to pay that amount. Then, like municipality tax, they are collecting, no municipality tax, property tax. Then some like municipality tax will be there. So that minimum of 200 rupees, 500 rupees monthly, or yearly you have to pay like 1,000 rupees, 2,000 rupees. Like that, it depends on the corporation and municipality. It may vary. So in that, they may pay. And if you take like street lighting is practically constant throughout the hours of the night, like 12 hours, 6 o'clock to morning 6 o'clock. So for water supply, and also separate water supply, water is pumped to the overhead tanks by the pumps driven by the electric motors. So if you see like in Hyderabad, HWTS, Hyderabad Metro Water Corporation. Like that one in this like separate concern is there. So that Metro Water Corporation only supplying throughout the Hyderabad. So if you say like majority of the we take like many cities, there will be some water board will be there. Water board corporation will be there. So in that water board corporation only will supply the water supply to all the houses or commercial industries, like that they may supply. So there will be some metering. So in Telangana, so up to some many like 1,000 liters, it is free at monthly up to 1,000 liters it is free, I think. So in some other cities they we have to pay. like average tariff or based on the readings. Based on the readings, they have to pay. Mostly they converted to average tariff because they know in the monthly how they might be utilizing. So monthly they might be utilizing for only 300 rupees, 400 rupees per month. So 400 rupees into 12. So yearly you have to pay, or 6 months once we have to pay this water tax. In the majority of the cities and the like municipalities, it is like that only. Like some other government, it is they are giving some subsidies like for up to 1,000 hours, no cost, and after like 1,000 liters, you have to pay like that. So 10,000 liters, some scale is there. So after the 10,000 liters, you have to pay. Like that, some thing is there. And like pumping. If you see in the while crossing the while going through the loads, you'll be finding some pumping stations. Like 2 kilometers once, 3 kilometers once, you will be finding one pumping stations. So some municipality employees will be there, so they will on at that so like the hours, peak hours, like whenever they are going to supply the like morning 6 o'clock to 7 o'clock. So that municipality employees will on that pump from morning 5 o'clock itself, or 5:30 itself, like that. So like 1 hour, 2 hours, that pump will run. They know the timetable, that might be given to that employees, municipality employees. They will simply come to that particular place, then simply they will on that electrical motors, pumping motors for 2 hours, 3 hours, 5 hours, like that. That amount also they have to pay to that, because that motors, that pump is being connected to that particular area. Sometimes they know, like one metering will be there, or they know averagely how they are getting on in monthly. If they know na, so averagely they may charge up the average tariff. Like monthly it is coming like 20,000 rupees. Municipality has to pay like 10 lakh rupees as a whole. For whole municipality they have to pay 10 lakh rupees for only for pumping motor itself. For street lighting, some this many lakh rupees they have to pay, because 12 hours they are running, no. For like pumping motors, they know how many motors they are having in that particular area. So based on that, 3 hours they are running in a day. So 3 hours they know the load. So 3 hours they have to pay, and that too they may on that like a pumping motor in the off peak hours only. Off peak hours only. Even in summer, they change the timings. I think they change the timings from like 1 hour supply they are giving, no, 1 hour, 1.5 hours, 2 hours supply they are giving, no, water supply. So now in summer season they have changed the timings to like non-peak hours, early morning hours. It is coming, it seems, like morning 5 o'clock to 6 o'clock, or 4 o'clock to 5 o'clock, like that. Depends on the area, it is changing. But early morning hours, off-peak loads. So in winter seasons, you may go for in winter season 6 to 7 or 7 to 8, like that. Also you can go for, or in the evening hours they will supply like 4 to 5. That is also non-peak, no. After 5:30 only, slowly that peak load might be starting. So 4 to 5, then 3 to 4, 1 hour water supply they might be giving. So in that non-peak hours only, they are okay, they are supposed to on their motors. They will be given a timetable to the electricity board. So in which hours they may going to on that particular pumping motors, for in which area they may go to, they are going to on, like that. So average tariff they may pay, or sometimes that for each pump there will be a meter, but most probably they may go for average tariff only. Average tariff they have to pay to, because meters, if you install like pump maybe of 100 pumps maybe there in that particular area. So 100 pumps like metering they have to do like that. So average tariff they may go for, they will pay. So this helps to improve the load factor. So if they run in non-peak hours also, load factor will be improved. So in the non like load will be less now. In that time, if they go for pumping the water now, load factor also will be improved. In the like early morning hours, as I said, like 4 o'clock, 4 a.m., 5 a.m., like that, 6 a.m. like that. It seasonal. It depends on the seasonal timings. In the summer timings, they may go for early morning hours. In the winter timings and autumn seasons, they may go for some 6 to 7, 7 to 8, like that. They may go for. Next, irrigation loads. Irrigation loads, this type of load is a electric power supply need for pumps driven by the motors to supply water to the fields. So, like irrigation, agriculture loads, most of the loads are only pump loads only. Only one or two lights may be there, but most of the loads are pumping loads only. So some governments they are giving free power to agriculture loads. 12 hours they are giving in the night hours, 12 hours, non-peak hours, they are giving 12 hours free power. Only they will feed that particular agriculture loads. Agriculture loads, it is connected to poles, separate poles. So only they will feed in the night time only. Night time only, evening 10 o'clock to morning 6 o'clock, like that, 8 hours duration. They may 8 hours, 9 hours, 10 hours, their duration they are giving. Only 8 hours free supply. So in that time they can pump or like the in some other government they are giving in the day hours, non-peak hours, in the exactly at the 12 noon to 1 o'clock, or 12 noon to 2 o'clock, 2 hours, 1 hour, uh, in the non-peak hours, like industry loads also might be somewhat less in that time, domestic loads also somewhat less. So in that non-peak hours, they are going for irrigation load. Only 2 hours you have to they might be supplied. Like that, it might be changing irrigation loads. It depends on the state's installed capacity, and also the resources in the particular state. If resources more, they may give in the peak hours. If resources less, non-peak hours only they might be giving. And some like irrigation load, like agriculture loads in southern states, they are giving some free power. Then and also then for particular time with less tariff they are supplying. Like we are paying five rupees, means they will be paid with 1 rupee, 2 rupees, like with less tariff they are paying to the agriculture loads. But that too for timings, it depends on the time dependent. Generally this type of load is supplied for 12 hours during the night, and some like in the daytime also, non-peak hours for 1 or 2 hours. It depends on the areas. It depends on the areas where you live. That scenario, based on that scenario, in non-peak hours also they are supplied. Then traction loads, coming to the traction loads. Traction is nothing but the majority of the traction loads in foreign countries, if you see, like trams will be there, trams, cars, trolley buses will be there. Like a separate supply will be running in the mid of the road. If you take like in UK, a majority of the transportation they are doing with trams only, trams. So only few buses, like a few buses and trains are in and around the city. So majority of the transportations by trams only. So particularly in the center of the lanes, they may run this load. So in that also, that kind of load also we need to supply, trams, trolley buses. Then railways. So in India, if you take, like, no trams are there. In the British rule, in some cities it is there now. Like no trams is running. Like and also trolley bus is also not running in railways we are going for this traction loads. like Previously we are, in railways we are going for DC loads, high voltage DC supply. I think you are going to study in the next year, third year, HVDC. In the previously they are going for HVDC. So nowadays, a majority of the lines, 98 percentage of lines, they have changed to AC loads, high voltage AC, 11 kilovolt to 25 kilovolt, 25 kilovolt supply. So if you see if you stand in the railway bridges, and if you see the that one board will be there, very dangerous 11 kilovolt supply, very dangerous 12 kilovolt supply, high voltage supply, like that one board will be displaying. So majority going for high voltage HVAC, high voltage AC, they are going for. So in that scenario, that the traction loads also we need to supply. Even so, traction loads means 24 hours. Okay, 24 hours we need to supply for traction loads, and also they will be given with a timetable. Timetable in which area. So area wise, they have to feed. Okay, but if you commit with the traction loads, if you go with the MOU, that particular electricity board will go with the MOU with the railway board. So if they go with the MOU, they have to provide reliable supply. That is 24 by 7 into 365 days. There is no chance of okay, power shutdown in that particular traction loads alone. They have to feed. Depends on the chart. Depends on the timings in the particular regions. So regional wise, they may divide. Okay, like 5 kilometers once or 10 kilometers once, they may divide. So that particular region substation, that substation has to give, even though there is no supply to the domestic load, they have to provide, because electricity board is paying for them for reliable supply. If they give the reliable supply only, they will be paid. If sometimes if they are not providing means, a train will be stopped, so entire thing will be collapsed. So next train will be there in that particular route, like after 10 minutes, 15 minutes, that particular line, that train will be running. So that might be a very huge traffic might be happening in that train timings. So again, if the train is late, or due to this thing, they are not feeding the supply, the train is late now. So what they will do is they will allow some next trains. So this train, it has to wait for some 1 hour, 2 hours. Then only they will allow, because that chart it is going no running no. So after 2 hours, 3 hours only they may allow to run. So and also electricity board, in some areas, electricity board itself will be paying the penalty tariff to the railways if they fail to supply reliable supply. If they fail to supply for 24 hours into 7, electricity board itself, they have to pay the penalty tariff to the railways. So that scenario, it is very very less. Okay, the possibilities are very low. So definitely they will be giving this reliable supply to the railways, or this trolley, tram cars, like that. So in some foreign countries, tram cars things are there. Okay, so if you are entering into that tram car lane, you can utilize your car also. So some special arrangement has to be done for your cars. So if you connect that, okay, that particular thing to that lines, okay, it will you have to pay. So if you are running for 5 hours, 8 hours, like that, so you have to pay. So toll gates, they are getting no. So if you are entering into that particular lines, 2 hours if you are traveling, 2 hours you have to give the charge. Like that also lanes are there in foreign countries. Many countries, some other countries, they are following the tram car system also. So this class of loads has wide variation. During the morning hours, it reaches the peak value because many people have to go to their workplace. So, like electric trains might be like local EMUs. EMU train is there in and around the city. It will travel that local EMUs. In our Hyderabad, Chennai, Bangalore. If you take like local trains, will be there. So that local trains also like peak hours only. Majority of the trains they may run peak hours from morning 7 o'clock to 10 o'clock, like that. So major like 5 minutes gap they may run just like EMUs. But in non-peak hours, some 15 minutes, half an hour, like that they may run half an hour once, like that. Then again, like evening 6 o'clock onwards, they may run in 5 minutes gap, 10 minutes gap, like that. Similarly, for this metro train also. Metro train also same scenario. They may run in peak hours. They may like non-peak hours. There will be the gap is there. Majority gap will be there. And like metro train also, they may pay to the electricity board. But for metro trains, they like whatever the hours they are asking. So they are running from morning 6 o'clock to the night 11 o'clock or 12 o'clock. So 12 hours majority 12 sorry 12 hours, 18 hours. So like 18 hours they are running, no. So in that particular hours they will be paid. So like that particular hours, morning 6 o'clock to like night 12 o'clock. In that time they have to give reliable supply to metro trains. Then in some other cities, they are running 24 hours also, metro trains. 24 hours. If you take like Delhi, like some special lines are there for airport from railway station to airport and all. Like 24 hours they are running, red lines, green lines.